Men, stop taking these women on dates that have no intention of taking you seriously.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that dating apps are out for 2024. We're done.
I actually want you to chase me. Like, I want you to want to be in a committed relationship with me. I want you to be serious.
More and more women are noticing men are no longer dating.
Men don't make plans. Men don't actually ask women out on dates.
I think dating is dead.
Yes, I think dating is dead.
Okay, if dating is dead, who killed it?
Men.
Why am I not getting those traditional female things? Why does it?
And can literally never be out of your league, like he's a man.
The reciprocity for men is non-existent. Why bother dating any longer?
It's coming to the end of 2022, and I'm going to tell you, the biggest lesson I learned this year is that the good guy isn't always the right guy. And it sucks. In fact, it's up there, top 5 worst feelings. Us women, we have a terrible habit of doing this thing, where we meet a good guy, and because men as a whole are horrific, we're like, we have to, this is it. Like, we should just accept the good guy, because they're good, and they're kind, and they're sweet, and they're nice. And if we don't, we feel bad about it, because we're like, this guy is so kind, and he's so nice. Like, why do I want more? But I finally accepted this year that just because they're the good guy doesn't mean that they're the good guy for you. And this is something I really struggle with because men as a whole are shit. In fact, I go as far as to say they're a disaster. So when there is a good guy in front of me, I'm like, wake up, be grateful. But I've accepted that you're allowed to want a good guy and some. Being a good guy isn't enough to make him your guy. And you shouldn't feel bad about that. Listen to me. Just because he's a good guy doesn't mean he's the right guy for you.
This woman just said, men as a whole are horrific. No wonder why relationships are harder for her. Going out to the dating world with that kind of mentality will get you nowhere. Apparently, even if you are a good guy, you are still not enough. And because you can't meet their unrealistic, delusional expectations, you are not enough. Work on yourself.
Okay, so I have a theory on why I think it's easier for men to date than for women. And it's very simple. It's because men have a lot more options and a lot better of options abundantly. Like, think about it. If a guy walks into a bar, the chances of him meeting a cool girl that he could potentially date are a lot higher than a girl walking into a bar and meeting a guy that she could potentially see herself dating. And that's just because men, the general population, has a lot higher creeper to cool ratio. And I'm not saying that there's not men that aren't creepy. There's a lot of men that aren't creepy, but they're just sometimes harder to find. Like, think about it. What do you need in a relationship? You need a girl that you can have fun with, you can talk to, that will be emotionally understanding. And those traits are a lot easier to find in women than they are in men. And I think this is also why you'll see girls get out of like 4-year relationships and not date for the next 4 years, but men will get out of a 4-year relationship and get into another serious relationship within the year.
She's got cats in her future. I think it's completely backwards. Most average men have no options. More men are single by a huge margin. I wish it was true. Been single for years. I've tried, but none want me. I have a steady job and always took free time to be with my significant other and respected her. You talk about most men like they're dirt who women would never date, and then say it's so easy for men to date. Date who? The women who reject them. You have got to be joking. Maybe it's because I'm an engineer or something, but after many hundreds of tries on the apps, only 2 hits in 6 years. A recent study showed women find 80% of men to be below average. You have lost your mind. This is completely false. Most men are invisible all throughout their whole lives to women unless they're winning at life. By winning, I mean he's got to be 7 foot tall, makes 9 figures a month, and can take care of her for the rest of her life while she brings nothing to the table. Even on dating apps, most of these men are invisible to these women. Her theory is invalid.
If you're wondering why men aren't asking you out on dates, that's because based on your own behavior, they're not comfortable enough to ask. Of course, there are other reasons, but that's one of them. Much love.
I think dating is dead.
Yes, I think dating is dead.
Dating is dead, and I feel like people date for the wrong reason. They don't date to try to find love and happiness and have family.
Okay, if dating is dead, who killed it?
I would say women.
Men.
Why?
They don't know how to be gentlemen anymore. They don't know how to court women.
Do you think women today are more interested in relationships or hookups?
Relationships, but I think people like to say that it's hookups.
We are literally 2 weeks into 2024. I had to think then for a moment what year we're in. But I'm actually giving up with dating already. Like, this is why I look tired and exhausted, because it takes it all out of me. I think I'm totally going to be single for the rest of my life, because I just do not actually have the physical energy and mental capacity left in me any longer for these dead chats. Because tell me why. I was talking to somebody on Instagram, talking, for a little bit, and he asked me if I had Snapchat, to which I was like, yeah, but I don't really use it. I only still have the bloody app on my phone because of the pictures in the memories feature, I think that's called. And I was like, no, I don't really use it anymore. And he was like, I want to see your pretty face. I'm not being funny. You're literally talking to me on Instagram where you can go onto my profile and see my pictures. Like, what? Anyway, moral of the story, I am done. Yeah, done for the year.
One of the reasons why I believe dating is dead is because everyone is so broken. People have been taking advantage of multiple times, and they don't want to go through it again. Everyone is just okay with being alone today, especially men. They've said multiple times that dating isn't worth it. I believe we can all agree, due to the standards we are required to meet to date these women, it's just insane.
Let's normalize being our own boyfriends. Why the fuck would we want to bring someone in just for them to potentially fuck everything up? Just do everything yourself. Be your own boyfriend. Buy your own shit. Eat your own ass.
What did you say?
I don't understand how people just date. Like, they like each other, and then they date and do what? Like, what do you guys talk about all day? I genuinely can't comprehend that people make out and then just like eat lunch together. What? That's so awkward. I don't understand. Like, what if you wake up one day and just think that they're ugly? Oh my God. I am not scared of death. I am scared of dating.
How old are you?
53.
At your age, have you found that dating has become easier or harder for you?
Absolutely harder.
Why is that?
Less pull. Men seem to want just one thing. I thought I would outgrow that with men, but no, they do not. They still just want sex.
Even in their 50s?
Yes.
50-year-old men. Are they going for women in their age category or a younger woman?
They want women in their category, but they pretty much go for the younger woman.
Why do you think that is?
I think they don't expect that we have a sexual drive, and we do. And we are vivacious women.
So it's still the same at your age than it was when you were younger?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I see they don't age out of delusion. I'm almost 50 and I want a tang, but women my age are out of their minds with the games played. Not worth it. I love how none of them take any responsibility on their side, even with such age. I'm 53, and women in my age bracket play the same games they did in their 20s. The problem is women in their 20s are not playing those games. That smile means I'm trying to find out. But seriously, guys, dating for women at 50 is really hard. But they only have themselves to blame. What are you still doing dating at that age? Because now they're competing with younger women that men are going after. Should have played your cards right.
I recently was going on dates with a man, and nice guy, good guy, treated me well. But once I realized that he was not my husband, because I'm only looking for husband energy at the moment, I ended things with him. Anyways, I sent him a text, told him that I didn't see it going any further. He agreed. He said that he didn't think that he could make me happy. And while I appreciate that, it was a very kind response, he didn't even try. He didn't even try and say that he wanted to change, that he wanted to whatever. I can be manipulated. I will listen to you. But you didn't even try.
Are you crazy?
She can be manipulated, but she will be looking around for the next thing. Dude saw the red flags and was okay with her leaving. She wants to be chaste and feel important enough to fight for entitlement. My ex did this to me. Pulled the "I'm not in love with you anymore" card. Got desperate when I just said, "Okay, bye." Notice how she wants him more after noticing he doesn't make an effort anymore. Immature girls, not real women. This woman obviously needs help. I don't know what husband energy is, but if she wants a husband material man, she needs to first work on herself to be wifey material, because everything starts with you. Even after the whole date, her only concern was that he doesn't want to manipulate her. She honestly suffers from emotional maturity, but overall, I think that man dodged a bullet with this one.
In 2024, actually right now, just delete the app right now. Just delete the app. Delete the dating apps. It's not needed. It's not working. You're not going to find your man on there. We're going to have to find them authentic, ladies. We're going to have to find them outside. I know it sucks. We don't want to go outside. We don't want to look for them. But honestly, the apps are not working. They're not working no more. They're not working. You keep going on these dates, getting ghosted. Like, it's not even worth it. You're not finding your man. Just get off the apps and find authentic love, because, girl, 2024, we're done with this.
You wanted a sign, here it is. Date them all, sis. He is not your man. Don't be faithful to a non-existent relationship. He's making you an option. He's outside. Date them all. It's time out for you to be faithful to situationships or guys that don't want to establish a real relationship. You got options. Match his energy. His homeboy look better anyway. Date them all. You do not have a man. Date them all. You got many men.
Shut up, bitch!
Dating in 2024, I think we can all agree that it's a complete shit show. I'm done. I'm tired. I don't want anyone else disrupting my peace, so I have completely given up. I don't want to be bothered with it anymore. So, I'm hoping that Prince Charming will just knock at my door, just ring my ring camera. Please make sure he has lots of tattoos and a beard. Bring that masculine energy with you, because I know poor men have been put through the ringer, and it's not fair because there are a lot of good men out there, and me with my delusional brain, I am just done. And I have been delusional thinking that I would be able to share my life with somebody. Well, that's completely false. So I'm just going to die alone, raising my kids, doing my thing.
I totally agree that dating in 2024 is a complete shit show, because women have made it that way. They create these issues that's affecting everybody and then complain about it, saying, "I'm done with dating." They've told men countless of times to leave them alone and then complain about it. The options these women have today is insane. They're so quick to leave a relationship after an argument because they got someone else on the side. They don't work things out anymore. It's only when they get older then they start getting ready to settle. But that's not how the world works. You've missed your opportunity.
People don't even date anymore. It's like they meet up for a bit, for a few weeks, for a month or so, and then they're like, okay, bye, see you later. It was nice to meet you, nice to know you. Ciao. It's no wonder we're all freaking traumatized.
I'll never forget this one time when I was talking to this guy for a few months, and in conversation he goes to me, "Yeah, normally girls with dark features, like dark hair, dark eyes, aren't really my type." You can just imagine how that ended. What confuses me is, why would you even say that? And why would you date outside of your type? And then this other time I'm on a date with this guy and he goes, "Yeah, dark features, dark hair, dark eyes, that's my type." And then his whole Instagram following was girls completely opposite. And this other time, after a guy had gone on a date with me, he tried going on a date with my sister.
Just got back from going on one date. It's just so nice, so kind. Like, I know if I dated him, he would never break my heart. And tell me why I'm just not into that. Oh my gosh. Like, I'm not lying, guys, when I tell you that I know that if I decided to give this man my whole entire heart, I would never have to worry about anything. I have a date with this other guy. Completely different vibes. I get player vibes. I get you're pretty, but like, let me put you in your place vibes, which fuck you. But also, there's something wrong with me.
Stay away from toxic women. Don't go for women who haven't worked out the trauma from their past. Yeah, then when she's in her 30s or 40s, then her mind will be with, I should have tried more with that guy, or the famous one, where are the good men? When people say girls mature faster than boys, no, they just talk a lot, but they don't know what they need or want until their 30s. She knows very well what she wants. She even knows there is something wrong with her. This is what you call a damaged woman. This is someone who's used to having toxic relationships. The good guy will never be enough for her because it's not something she's used to. She's used to crying over guys that's making her life miserable. She is honestly broken. I think it's a good thing that she didn't continue dating that good man. She would have made his life miserable as well. She should honestly seek help. To say you know someone is good for you and will treat you right, but is not your thing, is a different kind of illness. Seek help.
Is it just me, or is dating just like not a priority in their life this year? I don't know if it's because it's like new year, new me, I gotta focus on myself, or if it's because men just suck. Either way, I've been having a bit of a hard time getting into like K-dramas recently because of like all the romance. Like, don't get me wrong, I love K-drama, but like, it could be too cute for me. A little bit cringy. Either way, I don't know. It's just like kind of hard for me to watch romance at the moment and read romance books as well. I don't know if it's because I'm like in the mood to like really improve myself in 2024. But like, I've been watching this K-drama called Night Has Come, and it's not that popular, but it's like a thriller K-drama, and I feel like it's like really scary, but like I kind of like that right now. I don't know what's going on with me lately, but it's just like I can't do romance right now. Looking at men just kind of make me want to.
Do you ever date a woman that's a nurse?
Nurses are known to be the biggest cheaters. They're sleeping with other nurses, men nurses, they're sleeping with the doctors. They love them some doctors. If your girl is a nurse and she has a hot doctor that she works with, chances are them late hours, they getting their freak on. He's on the side of the nursing bed while you waiting for her at home.
Why is dating so hard?
It's hard because we have access to the internet, and internet lets us be sluts. We can see anyone we want, whenever we want, and talk to everyone whenever we want.
So from a woman's perspective, what makes a woman a slut?
Nothing.
Women are never sluts. It's guys.
You know what? Fuck you, Wyatt. No, you know why we're sluts? We're sluts because of men.
You know what makes a woman a slut? A man's perspective. Every man has a different perspective as to what a slut woman is, and that brings a lot of problems.
So what's your perspective? I want to know from a woman's perspective, right? What makes a woman a slut? You said that men have their own different perspectives. What do women think a slut is?
So there's just been this study where women, when they have sex, they like take in the male gaze. So we know what you like and we'll do what you like, and that turns us on. So it's literally just the male gaze and the male's perspective is what makes us feel like we're attractive.
You still didn't answer the question.
What's the question?
I think it's just like if a woman cheats on a man and he thinks that's wrong, then it's wrong and she's a slut in his eyes.
But if a man does it, he was just being a man.
Well, it depends.
True. He's just being a boy and all these girls want him.
That girl in the middle honestly needs to get new friends. Dating for women and men aren't the same. I will agree that the internet plays a major role in dating, especially for women, because they have so many options. Whenever things don't work out, they just get another guy. What these women don't understand is that you may be able to get another guy, but can you get him to stay with you and marry you? Dating for men is horrible. He's got to be a valuable man to be able to get the woman that he wants. And by the way, those girls never answered the question.
divorce rates. Statistically, what has the highest divorce rates? Usually it's marrying young, but it's also what raises it to the 50% is the second, third, fourth marriages, which have like an 80% failure rate. From what I've seen, people who have an education, who make a certain amount of money, more than like $80,000 a year, who marry above the age of 25, I think the divorce rate was more like 25, 30%. It's still high, but still less than the 50% when you account for all these other variables. Now, the other thing is that maybe they haven't been married long enough to see the divorce, but they are marrying later with a lower divorce rate so far.
Translation: let women grow up and get closer to the wall and make more than enough money that she won't leave you for another. It has a lot to do with morals, how you were raised, how long you have known the person, what you believe in him. 21, just got married, we have been together. Since 17, broke up for 2 years at 14 to see if we really did love each other and moved in together at 18. If your marriage gets a tear, repair it immediately, or you just grow more and more apart every year until you don't recognize each other anymore. I think it's 100% has to do with your ability to judge people. Most people don't marry because it makes sense. They marry because of emotions, looks, etc. These statistics are scary, but what's even more scary is the pool of modern women you have to choose from. Make sure the person you pick to be your partner wants to best for the both of you, not just herself.
This is why dating in our generation is just so complicated. So in the talking stage, you're supposed to be interested, but not too interested. You're supposed to be flirty, but don't overdo it. And you're supposed to hang out, but not too much. It's just this massive gray area. You can't be too much of anything. But also, let me ask you something. How does it ever go anywhere? You have to assume that it won't, but that's also setting yourself up for failure. But then again, you're also not supposed to want it to go anywhere because then you were doing too much. It's just a mess.
So the world's like falling apart. So I know we're not like focused on dating, but I just want to say, for the world that we live in, it's so hard to date. Like, I feel like I come off as very unambitious. Like, I do not have goals. I don't want to build no fucking empire in this economy. I don't want to work all day long every day in hopes of owning a nice house. Like, I don't care about any of that. I don't care. Okay. At this point, I'm looking for somebody who just wants to like struggle through life with me. Like, we will live paycheck to paycheck together. We will give our middle finger to the government as much as we want and talk about human rights. But like, I don't care about the money part or the house part or the car part or any of that shit. Then the problem is, then I kind of got to look for like unambitious men, because guys who are ambitious want an ambitious woman, or like, you know, at least someone to play along with the part of like, yeah, you're amazing. Get that great paycheck. Let's get a bigger house. Like, no, I don't care about your big paychecks. I don't want it. But like, unambitious men are the same ones that are like, YOLO, I'm just gonna like party it up. Like, I'm not a grown up. I'm like, where are the grown up yet not super ambitious? Like, ambitious as far as like human rights go, yes. Ambitious as far as money goes, I'm not trying to play that game. I don't want it. I don't know. I think I might just throw the towel in and commit to staying single. Just me and my cat. We'll live our lives. We'll get through war times together. But ideally, though, like, how do you date in this economy and with the way politics are? Like, I need to find me a broke man who's hardworking, but also very angry at the world. Where are you at?
You should already know what to do with the way things are going. You need to invest in cat food and cat supplies for the coming years. Dating is just gonna keep getting worse unless things change. She mentioned she needs to find a broke man that's also angry at the world, but in all honesty, She doesn't mean that. A woman wants a man who wants to provide for her. She will not stay in that relationship for long.
Guys, I just got back from a Hinge date. Why am I doing this to myself? So we scheduled to go to dinner. We are sitting at the restaurant. Seems very nice. Not a catfish. Things are going well. And the waitress comes over. She wants to take our order. And I said, okay, I'm going to take the branzino. And he said, I'm going to take the burger. And the waitress asked him, okay, how do you like your burger? He said how he likes his burger. And do you want some cheese on your burger? And he asked, is this going to be extra? And she says, yes, it's $3 extra. And he said, okay, then never mind. Over there, and I'm like, what the actual fuck? I'm like, okay, I'm hungry. I'm going to eat my branzino and see what happens. And he's like, oh my God, you have to pay extra for everything these days. And I'm like, yeah, it's New York City. So I got my branzino. He got his burger. We were eating. And once I was satisfied, I got up and I was like, I'm going to the restroom for a second. And I took my purse and I went to the waitress and I was like, hey, I just want to pay the bill. And I just paid the bill and walked out of the restaurant and I texted him. So I texted him, the check is taken care of. You should have gotten the cheese. And I blocked him.
This woman needs to delete Hinge and find a therapist. She got angry at the guy because he wanted to save money on something that was overpriced. These are the women who are doing the most stupidest things and then ask the internet, why am I single? What's wrong with him not wanting the cheese? But at least he dodged a bullet and got a free meal out of it.
Here's why dating is so much harder for a woman than a man. In heterosexual relationships, the older I get, the more that I realize that the difference between women and men when they date is tied to the fact that women don't feel like they deserve the partner they want. Because they haven't lost that elusive 5 pounds or climbed the corporate ladder high enough or done enough yoga to become so zen that they don't react to a chad's bad behavior and instead go do more yoga. Because bending ourselves into a meditative pretzel is somehow going to solve the fact that we're single and frustrated about being single. As far as I can tell, heterosexual men rarely feel like I'm not good enough for the woman that I want and instead mean I want to go find a better woman than the one that I have when they tell you that I'm not ready for a relationship. And while I'll always advocate for self-improvement, it's also totally okay to love who you are even if you're not where you want to be because the best version of yourself is not the only version of yourself that deserves a beautiful life. So if all you do today is watch this video and then go eat a tub of cookie dough and then try to make yourself feel better that at least it was vegan cookie dough, then realize that this version of yourself still deserves a man who loves and respects you because the best version of yourself is the honest version. Cheers.
Whenever I hear a woman say dating is harder for women than it is for men, I automatically know they don't know what they're talking about. Most guys on dating apps are struggling to even get a date, unless they're at the top 1% of men every woman wants. It's really hard for that average man to get a date. Even an average woman gets more attention than an average man on those apps. That man must make something out of himself.
Yeah, men do love crazy bitches. They have always loved crazy bitches. They always will. I don't care what they tell you. I don't care what any man says. It is fucking facts. And if he has a different type of woman for his wife or for anything else, it's just because she was convenient and easy to settle down with. It was just the woman in front of him. Other than that, every man wants a crazy woman and wants to marry a crazy woman and wants to reproduce with a crazy woman if he has the opportunity.
The crazy girls are for pleasure, not for marriage. That's what these women get confused. He would not want to put a ring on your finger so he can deal with your craziness for the rest of his life. That's a no-go.
So just to be clear, before we go on any dates or anything like that, I just wanted to let you know that I'm not looking for anything right now. I don't want to get into like a serious relationship. I'm not ready for any commitment. I just want to take it slow, relax, just have a good time. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'm not opposed to any of those things. I think we should definitely take it slow. Oh, well, that kind of just threw me off. I was kind of expecting you to say the opposite. I actually want you to chase me. Like, I want you to want to be in a committed relationship with me.
Are you delusional? Do you suffer from a mental illness?
I want you to be serious. What? You just said you didn't want anything serious. I don't want anything, but I want you to make me want something.
What the hell are you talking about? I want you to convince me to get into a serious, committed relationship with you. Do you get it now? Like, what is there not to get? I mean, you're making it sound like it's really easy to understand and comprehend, but maybe my brain isn't working right today, but it's really not, like, it's really not getting through there, you know? So, do you want to be in a relationship or no? No, I don't. I just told you I don't. But I want you to want me to want to. Like, hello? Use your brain.
This clip is a perfect highlight for relationships today. Basically, as the man, what you're going to do is keep playing this chasing game until she says yes. Nobody has time for the games, especially today. If you can't communicate with your words, if you don't know what you want, you should not be dating. The only thing you're doing is wasting people's time and efforts when they can actually use all of that on someone else who's on the same page as them.
Talk about I got a reputation, Steve. I used to be a hoe. I ain't no hoe no more. I ain't been no hoe in a long time, Steve. A long time. I'm trying to change.
You were a hoe.
Back in the days.
How long haven't you been a hoe for?
For a little minute. For a little minute.
How long?
About a year.
A year. It's good.
Yeah, that's real good.
You were promiscuous and now you're not.
Yeah. Whatever that means.
If a man is not actively taking you on dates, it's a no. It's a no. Especially in the early stages. There should be no, come over to my place, let me come over to your place, let's watch a movie. They need to be actively taking you out, going to do activities, going to see stuff. And then if you want to have movie nights and stuff like that in between, yeah, but every time you hang out shouldn't be at one of your houses. And you need to set that boundary from the beginning, girl. Like, if they start insinuating, like, come to my place, no. Cut that off so quick. Make it so clear, like, hey, I'm not looking for that. Like, we need to go on dates. And usually that'll weed off the guys who don't want anything serious pretty quick. If they are not actively trying to take you out, go out and do things, go out and have new experiences, it's a no. That's what dating is, bitch. It's not come over to my place, let's watch a stupid movie and hook up. Like, that's a hookup, not a date. Do not let them play you, bitch. Don't do it.
No wonder why these women are single. A man you are getting to know should not be actively taking you on a date. These women don't even know what the dating stage is for. They want you to treat them like you're their boyfriend already by spending all your money on them. They can keep screaming dating is hard or it's dead because they're the ones that killed it.
So he doesn't take you out on real dates and only invites you over to his house, and then afterwards you guys go to Panda Express after he smashes. He probably doesn't really like you, babe. And it's no hate, but if he really liked you, he's gonna invite you out on a real date, go see the Christmas tree lights, he's gonna take you ice skating, Top Golf, you're gonna meet his friends, he's gonna talk about you with his family. If you constantly have to guess whether that man likes you or not, he probably just doesn't, and that's okay. There's 7 billion people out here. You're gonna find somebody, don't worry about it.
So my date is supposed to be at 9 p.m. It's currently 9:37. I called him once already at like 8:57 or something like that. He didn't answer, so we'll see if I get stood up tonight or how long it takes him to actually hit me back up. 10 p.m. 1 hour. 10:30. He called. He said he fell asleep. The date was fucking shit. Shit. Never going out with him ever again. He was late. He was annoying. He was wearing these ugly loafers. No.
My 16-year-old is diving into the world of dating. She says to me the other day, why is it that the people who treat you the best are the ones that you're not interested in at all? Oh, fuck me hard in the ass. We are now diving into the journey of bad boys and bad decisions.
Very best piece of advice I've ever gotten when it comes to dating
is this. Find a man who wants to be a husband, not a man that wants a wife. There's a difference in the amount of capacity he will have for you, the amount of unconditional care he can give, his willingness to serve versus a neediness to be served, and in his ability to consider your experience instead of getting consumed by his own. I'm going to just start living by this because that is so great.
I agree with that message because everyone seems to get it confused. But that advice goes both ways. That man also needs to find a woman who wants to be a wife. Like I said before, you need to find someone who share the same life goals that you do. Most of these women today just want the wedding but not the marriage. Choose wisely, fellas.
I'm going to go ahead and say that dating apps are out for 2024. We're done. We did it. We tried it. I think it was a very millennial thing. And a good percentage of you guys were lucky and successful and I think are happily married. Congrats. But for the rest of us that were kind of left behind, the ones that didn't work out with, I think we need to put it to bed. I think we need to, not literally, I think we need to put it to rest. Delete all of them out. I recently re-downloaded Hinge, okay? And I'm just kind of curious. See what's out there. It's the same people. It's the same people. We're all still there. So I think we try something new this year. Maybe talking to people in real life, meeting people, doing things that you love and you meet someone who has the same hobby as you. That would be cute. But the dating app, not in 2024. Not for me. You will not see me on there.
Well, men, watch out. You will be getting approached soon. Apparently, all of these dating apps are failing these women since they can't find a man. You might be getting approached on the street, coffee shops, Home Depot. You just never know where it might happen. The desperation runs deep after hitting the wall.
Men, stop taking these women on dates that have no intention of taking you seriously. And this is what I mean. A lot of women are going to hate me for what I'm about to say, but I'm just trying to tell y'all the real. A lot of women in the dating scene only go on dates just for the free food, to finesse free food.
I agree.